Okay, Priya, let's take a look at these new essays you've sent us. Okay, lost luggage. Here's the first one. I'm writing, Dear Sir Madam, I am writing to inquire about the progress of claim number this for lost luggage, which was claimed on the 22nd of February 2019. Okay, when I landed in London on the 22nd of February, I was waiting at the conveyor belt to collect my blue you don't need color, just say my blue sky bag trolley. To my surprise, the bag did not arrive. Then I got in touch with the airline desk where I was asked to fill a form for the refund of valuable items. Okay, it's been 3 weeks. All right, now careful here. This is a formal letter, and so we don't use contractions in formal letters. We write the word fully out. So it has been 3 weeks, and there is no progress on my claim. Even the online tracker does not show updated details. I'm attaching a copy of my claim receipt for your reference. I therefore suggest refunding the amount directly to my bank account. Account details are in the attached document. For any further information, please phone me personally to my at my personal number. I don't know about that too. I'm not sure. That's strange. Please phone me. You could have just said, please phone me at the number which is mentioned in the claim receipt. I look forward to hopefully hearing from you. Yours faithfully, Priya. All right. So let's see. Information of your circumstances, evidence of your claim, how you expect to be compensated, and a way for them to contact you. So let's take it one by one. Did you give them a way to contact you? Yes, your phone number. How you expect to be compensated? Your bank account. Evidence of your claim, the claim receipt. Fine. Information on your circumstances. I'm wondering if maybe you could have said a little bit more about that. Maybe. I mean, what are your circumstances? You went to the conveyor belt, you didn't find it, and so you filed a claim. I'm thinking that maybe you could have said a little bit more. All right? The other thing that I'm not really thrilled with is your paragraphing, because there is none. It's basically one paragraph, one sentence per paragraph, and so that's a little problematic. You need to, now while task 1 is not so focused on paragraphing, at least not as much as task 2 is, you still need to show some awareness of paragraphing, and so this for me is a little problematic because there is zero awareness of paragraphing, okay? You needed to kind of link things together. Now, one good rule of thumb here is using the actual bullets. They give you some sort of guideline for how you could potentially link your ideas and paragraph your sentences, okay? Keep that in mind. Other than that, it's fine. It's appropriate. Just be aware that in formal letters, we don't use contractions. All right, so let's take a look now at your task 2. Democracy is under threat. So let's see what you said here. Experts throughout both the developing and developed world have debated whether democracy, get rid of the, is endangered. No. Let's see. I would have gotten rid of it since inception because that's exactly the language that was used here. So just keep it whether democracy is endangered, and then you could just say nowadays. Or, this is strange. Or it is because, well, grammatically doesn't make sense, and also in terms of what the essay is saying, it doesn't make sense. So what they're suggesting here in this task is that it is endangered because of the global markets and the fact that the electorate is losing power. So this whole sentence is a little strange to me. Some believe that it is due to the global capital market. Okay. And you need a linker here. And personally, I strongly disagree. This essay will discuss 2 of the most perilous hidden menaces endangering democracy, using examples from the UK government and Oxford University to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay, interesting. To begin with, there's ample evidence that the government usually fails to make decisions. The central reason behind this is external pressure exercised by the powerful economic powers. For example, recent empirical research by the UK government demonstrated that 40% of the decisions made by the minister in power, who is the minister in power? Do you mean the prime minister? Then that's who you should refer to and capitalize the P, capitalize the M. Are not in favor of the society. Therefore, it is conclusively clear that the important decisions affecting the society are made without even considering the citizens' wills. All right, this is strange to me because you go from one idea to the other. You say that the government fails to make decisions it is influenced by external powers, and then the decisions that the government does make are not in the favor of society, and then your conclusion is something that goes along with the previous sentence. So it's kind of like you've got this disjointed paragraph with two very different ideas, and I don't see really how you link them together, and I definitely don't feel like they make a cohesive paragraph. Okay, another factor endangering democracy is the growing number. You can't really say the growing number of the population. You can say the growing size of the population and growing number of bribery cases. This is largely because some people think that without bribing a government employee, his or her work will not be done. For instance, an extensive study by Oxford University showed that 60% of the people are corrupt in India. Thus, it is possible to state beyond doubt that if every employee works as honestly without being corrupt, then there would be positive implications. All right, you've got to be careful here. Again, you've got this paragraph that is not cohesive. Let me tell you why. First of all, you talked about the growing population. This paragraph doesn't talk anything, doesn't say anything about the growing population, but it does talk about bribery. Then you say that people think they have to bribe an individual. Then they say that. Then you say 60% of the Indian population is corrupt, and then you assume the exact opposite, and you say that if everybody works honestly, then people wouldn't be corrupt. You can't assume that. Okay, you can't assume that just because here the majority of people are corrupt, and then if people weren't corrupt, then there would be. Do you understand? I don't know if you understand. You can't just flip-flop your standpoint like that. All right. Okay, so let's read your conclusion, then we'll talk a little bit more holistically. From the examples and arguments given, I firmly believe economic powers and unprincipled people in charge are the main threats jeopardizing genuine democracy. It is predicted that democracy, get rid of the, will continue not to be a threat, to be threatened if the electorate does not do its duty honestly. All right, this part's fine. I'm confused about this powerful economic powers, and I'm wondering if really it's just a synonym for global capital markets. I'm not sure. Did you mean it to be? Did you not mean it to be? Because to me, the way you've phrased this sounds as if you're kind of talking about the same thing. I told you that I thought the links in your paragraphs themselves were weak. They weren't cohesive paragraphs, and I also felt it was kind of underdeveloped. I think you should have said a little more. So there's definitely some things, there are some things you need to do here. Grammar was pretty good, vocabulary was pretty good, but again, it's the task achievement here which is creating a problem. So, okay, so let's see if you can correct these essays for us. Add to your error correction list and send us new essays. I'm looking forward to seeing them. So good luck with your next assignment.